An emotional moment for these two women, now good friends. 25 years ago today, the Northland electricity rescue helicopter launched its first mission, landing at Kaitaia Hospital to pick up Linda Tracy. The then 31-year-old was suffering heart failure. Robin Revington was her duty nurse.
I was going down very, very fast.
Linda was clearly extremely unwell and was becoming more unwell in front of our eyes, and she needed to go. She needed to be out of there.
And out she went, flown to Whangarei Hospital where she received specialised cardiac treatment. Today she's a grandmother and she believes she owes her life to the rescue helicopter service.
Probably wouldn't be sitting here today with you and wouldn't have seen my children grow up.
It's a rugged but beautiful coastline in Northland, and the rescue helicopter here services a longer coastline than anywhere else in the country. The other thing that it does on the coast is that cruise ships sometimes need the services of the rescue helicopter as well.
Once we get a signal from him, we'll be doing hopefully a nappy, single nappy, and we'll bring the patient over to the stretcher, and then we'll get him off the hook and close the door and then settle the patient. You happy with that?
Affirmative.
Okay, stand to the door.
Okay, clear the winch when you are.
Clear the winch, and it's going to the door now. And the door coming off safety. Hey, we can probably move forward. They're all good. You clear everything in the stern, and I have the hook in hand. Okay, they're inside. We're going to get this gentleman onto the stretcher.
1 hour. I've got 2 hours worth of gas. Might as well go to Whangarei.
So Top Energy is owned by the community, so we have to be really careful where we invest our money. And this is one of the areas that has a huge level of support across the community because they know that it saves lives.
Christmas Eve 2000 was probably one of the best and worst days in my life. I had a pretty serious motorbike accident with a colleague. I was uninjured, he was in critical condition, and by the time the chopper winched him out, it was 3.5 hours from the time of accident. Ironically, he was a trauma specialist himself. So I had to stabilise him and go for help on the one quad that was still going, and thankfully got out and we got him in time. He ended up in an induced coma for 7 days. So, you know, I know firsthand what that chopper can do for people, and he was a guy with 2 young children, so thankfully he made it through.
And it's not just the lives of the people in Northland, it's visitors, it's people on cruise ships, it's actually some of our own staff. We had one of our linesmen electrocuted on a line, and the rescue helicopter was there, got him straight to hospital, and he survived that. And that's very unusual.
And ironically, looking back, you know, to 2000, all these years later, here I am at North Power, looking after the helicopter sponsorship, which is quite a neat quirk of fate, I suppose. And so for me personally, I'm extremely passionate about what they do and how they go about it, and the impact they have on everyday Kiwis.
22nd of January was a life-changing episode for myself. I suffered a heart attack at work. I ended up going to a mate and telling him to ring an ambulance. I think I'm having a heart attack. They transferred me from the ambulance to the helicopter, and they got me to Auckland safely, and I really take my hat off to them. They're so professional in what they do, you know. Without them, I probably would have died.